Hey everyone, I'm Nick L'Ecuyer. I'm the principal broker of Mortgage Wellness for Simcoe County's largest mortgage company, and I'm lucky enough to be joined by Peggy Hill, CEO of the Peggy Hill Group Realty. Now, Peggy, one of the questions that we get all the time, I'm sure you live and die by this question as well, is how does supply and demand affect real estate values?
I think the number one factor in real estate, even more important than location, price, interest rates, I don't care. Supply and demand is the number one thing. And even more than demand is supply.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a term in your business called months of inventory.
Correct.
Okay. So as I understand, I'm going to get you to explain it to me in a moment. As I understand, months of inventory is like if I go to the grocery store looking for a loaf of bread and the shelf is not stocked after today, it's the amount of time before there's no bread left on the shelves,
Correct.
basically.
So they're usually in 30-day cycles.
Okay.
So it's how long it would take for the market to absorb the
current
houses,
listings.
the current listings on the market, if not another one came on the market.
Okay, so if not another listing came on the market after today,
right?
It's the sell-through, how fast all those homes would sell.
Correct.
Every single house on the market, how long it would take to sell those homes.
Correct.
Okay, so there's typically different markets that are driven by months of inventory, right? There's a buyer's market, there's a seller's market,
and a balance market.
And as you taught me, a market in between that's called a balance market.
Right.
So how do months of inventory supply affect a seller's market, a buyer's market, and a balance market?
So anything up to 3 months, maybe 2.5 months, is a seller's market all day long. And then anything past 2.5 months is a balance market until you get to about 5 months, and then you have a buyer's market. And you never want, it would be nice if we never had a seller's market or a buyer's market. It would just be nice to have a balanced market that looks like you're still getting showings, maybe not as many as you would in a seller's market, but certainly more than you would be in a buyer's market. And, people have time to get a financing done. They have inspections time. With a buyer's market, it's completely different. Your showings would slow down to a crawl. Yeah. Right? And the buyers really get to dictate.
So that's what I was going to ask you. Like, of all three markets, you've been in this business a long time. You've helped thousands of clients in Simcoe County. Yeah. What is your favorite market?
A balanced all day long. Everybody loves a balanced market because, it's a win-win. Yeah. If anything can ever be a win-win, this is a win-win when it's balanced. When it's a seller's market, sellers win. When it's a buyer's market, then buyers win. But when it's balanced, everybody wins. And that's at the end of the day what you want.
I love that. And would you say in your career you've seen more buyer's markets, sellers markets, or balanced markets?
I would say that we've seen more sellers markets than anything.
I would agree with that. Yeah. And see, in the mortgage business, we love a balanced market.
For sure, because you have time to do your job.
Right. So we love an environment. I think you love it. I think everybody loves an environment.
Absolutely.
Where a home lists for sale and they receive an offer of 90 to 95% of their list price. Yep. If someone lists at $600,000, they get, $585,000, for example. Okay.
Everybody's winning.
Everybody's winning. But what they also get is a conditional period to do their home inspection. Correct. To arrange their financing, to talk to their family, to bring their family through maybe for a showing.
And a lot of times get an appraisal done because that's where you run into problems in seller's market. You have no time to put in conditions. You can't ask for financing. You can't ask for anything.
There are no conditions.
There are no conditions. Yeah. And then it's time to close this puppy. And what happens? The appraisal comes in, and if the market is shifted at all, then, it creates a lot of problems.
So we love those balanced markets. Yeah. Obviously, selfishly, we like buyer's markets too, because you typically still get conditions as well. Correct. Sellers markets are really difficult for me and for you because they drive firm offers, over asking offers, and that sort of thing, right? Yep. Now, supply and demand, okay? Like everybody knows that supply and demand will drive real estate prices. But what a lot of people don't realize is that it literally is the only thing that dictates these buyers and sellers and balanced markets.
The only thing that matters, honestly, because interest rates are interest rates. They're going to do what they're going to do. As long as we have a healthy amount of supply and a healthy amount of demand, we're golden. However, interest rates even if interest rates were high and the supply were low, prices would still be going up.
Yeah. And that's interesting that you mentioned that. Like in low interest rate environments, everybody wants to borrow.
Right. Prices will go up.
Prices will go up. Demand will go up.
Yep.
Supply cannot just go up overnight.
No.
What's needed for supply is housing starts. That's the construction of new homes, right? And we know that we can't keep up with demand as it is.
No.
So limited supply, that's really how interest rates affect us. Now, in high interest rate environments, prices will come down.
Correct.
But will it affect the supply?
Yeah, but negatively.
Right.
Because the builders and investors, they're not willing to borrow money to keep building because it's too expensive.
Right.
So it negatively affects supply.
Right. So interest rates will affect supply and demand to a certain degree, but supply and demand is always driven through home prices. I mean,
yes.
And home prices obviously are always driven through supply and demand as well.
Correct.
Now, what we want you to take away from this is the months of inventory, that key concept of months of inventory.
That is the most important. If I had one metric in real estate, if somebody said to me, you can only ask one question, my one question would be, what is the supply?
Right. Meaning, what is the months of inventory, right? So if someone's looking for a home right now and considering a home buying journey, or they're going to start their search, I would say one of the key questions to, feeling out the market is to ask their professionals that they're working with.
Exactly.
What is the current months of inventory?
Because if you are buying a home and the months of inventory in that area are 5 months, you've got room to play. You know that you've got room to negotiate. If you're going into an area that has 1 month of supply, you absolutely know you're going to have to pay
a top
list or more.
Yeah.
So that's how you can gauge it.
And in Simcoe County, is it safe to say that one town could have a different amount of supply than the other? So Barrie, for example, would have 3 months of supply, but somewhere that's, considered to be more desirable, like Innisfil, may have 1 month of supply?
Yes, but it's usually the other way around.
Interesting. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. But two neighboring cities.
Two neighboring cities can have completely different
supply.
Which
would drive the price, obviously.
Yeah.
Right?
It affects prices.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So if you're looking to start your home buying journey, or maybe you're on a home buying journey, this is a term that we want you to take away from this video. It's months of inventory.
Ask, what are the months of inventory?
Absolutely. Because we know that the months of inventory are going to drive 3 different markets. Can you tell us again?
Seller, balanced, buyers.
Absolutely. And if you have any other questions, you can reach out to us at mortgagewellness.ca. But if you really have questions on supply and demand and how it relates to real estate, most specifically months of inventory, please reach out to peggyhill.com.
Thank you.